Hello and welcome to Feel Good Services, and thanks for being part of the Feel Good family, and I hope you're making your life worth living. I hope you're also sharing and inviting your friends and family to be part of the Feel Good family. Today we're going to be talking about seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder. But before we get into that, I want us to be aware of what is going on this month. You may know that the month of October is World Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm entreating you to join in promoting breast cancer awareness so that the whole world can be a safer place and a better place for us. One fact about breast cancer is it's not limited to women only. Men can also have breast cancer. So let's all join the fight in educating people on breast cancer. The other thing is October 10th, which is a Thursday, is World Mental Health Awareness Day. Hence, it is very important that as part of the Feel Good family, we help promote mental health. So now to the topic of today. I want to thank one of the members of the Feel Good family for contacting us and letting us know that he wants to know more about seasonal depression, or he believes that there should be more education about seasonal depression. Hence, today we're talking about it. If you also have any topic that you want us to address, please feel free and let us know, and then we will also address as time goes on. So when we talk about seasonal affective disorder or seasonal depression, what does that mean? We've already talked about depression, hence I will entreat you to watch that video. We've also talked about sleep last week, so I'll also entreat you to watch that video. Seasonal depression will touch on these two, depression itself and then sleep. So this seasonal depression happens about the same time in each year. So during the winter seasons or during the fall, around that same time every year, you tend to realize that you have depressive symptoms. Or during the spring time or during a certain time in the year, you tend to realize that you're having certain kind of symptoms which depict depression, right? So we're going to talk about some of the symptoms, but the key thing about seasonal depression is the symptoms occurs at a particular time of the year due to the changes in the season. So during the winter time, if yours comes around the winter time, typically around fall of the year. And for our brothers who are not in the areas where we have the four seasons, if you are even in Ghana, where we only have mainly 2 or 3, because we don't have winter and fall and then spring and all of that. But then towards December, where we have shorter days and longer nights, you might realize that the sun sets earlier around November, December in Ghana also. So during those periods of the year, you tend to have symptoms of depression. You tend to have periods where you nod off yourself. And those are the things, or that is what is referred to as seasonal depression. So once again, if you live in America or any part of the world where you have autumn or spring or fall or winter, then during those parts of the year, that is when your symptoms comes on. So let's talk about some of the things that you will see with someone with seasonal depressions, which will liken to someone typically with depression. So this person will feel reserved. They do not do what they used to do. They do not have the energy to go out and participate in activities that they once loved. They feel worthless. They have a sense of guilt. They lose interest in anything at all that used to be pleasurable to them. They have a change in appetite. For that reason, they tend to lose weight or gain weight because, as I always say, no two conditions are the same for anyone. So for someone who is depressed, they might tend to eat more. For someone who is depressed, they might also eat less. So they might have weight gain or weight loss, which is not associated to dieting. With that being said, let's talk about some others. As I mentioned, this will touch a bit on sleep. So someone with seasonal depression will also have trouble sleeping, especially if it is the one that happens around the fall or winter time. They will have trouble sleeping, or they might be sleeping too much. And then they also lose energy and then always feeling tired. They have difficulty thinking or concentrating and making decisions, and then have frequent thoughts of death. At that point, if it is to happen that you have any thoughts of suicide or any thoughts of killing yourself, please rush to the hospital and get some help, because it might be very dangerous. If it also happens during the springtime towards summer, that will also sometimes come with symptoms similar to mania. And we've talked about bipolar manic phase. So please also try and then watch that video, and you get more details about bipolar and mania and how it presents. But people with seasonal depression, if it happens around the springtime or summertime, because everything is coming on live and there's more life in the world, flowers are blossoming, there's more light out during the day, therefore there are more stimuli around you, which can send you into mania. Hence, let's talk about some of the treatment. It is very important that we maintain a good sleep cycle. We work on our circadian cycle, and I explained more last week when we talked about sleep. So briefly, it is the body's time where it knows when to sleep, when to wake up. Hence, it is very important to have some consistency in your sleep. The other thing is also melatonin. I explained melatonin is something that the body produces itself to help us sleep. Hence, it is important that if you're not able to sleep, it could be that your melatonin levels are not functioning as it's supposed to. These are natural supplements, so you can get some from the pharmacy or the drugstore and then take it so that it can help you with your sleep. And phototherapy is also huge. This is very significant when it comes to seasonal depression versus other forms of depression. Because your body is used to having light during around 6 o'clock, 7, 8 p.m. And at this time, it's dark outside. What you can do is to produce more light in your environment so that the body still feels that there's more light, or it's still during the day. If it's also happening during summertime or springtime, then you might want to control the amount of light that also comes into your room or in your environment where you sleep during those times of the day, so that it can help you also have a good sleep. In either case, it is very important to manage your environment so that you can have a very good sleep. But if you ever have any thoughts of suicide, do not think it's because it's seasonal depression, therefore it's not as bad as having a typical depression, and downplay it. Please seek help immediately if you ever think of killing yourself or feel so low of yourself where you know there is a problem. On this note, thank you very much for being part of the Feel Good family, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell so that you receive notifications anytime we release a new video, and also click and like our Facebook page so that we can grow the Feel Good family. Thank you.